Alright, so I just immediately got a headache. Alright, so I cleansed both of these. I don't know why. So I'm gonna just go ahead and start with these, okay? What you got for me today? Let me go ahead and yeah. What you got for me today? What's the energy with these apple cards? Alright, so we got somebody. We got twisted and distorted, alright? Yeah, alright, so somebody is relentless. Somebody will not. Alright, so somebody is twisted and distorted. They hard-headed, right? And I'm getting they lost all hope, or they trying to hard to like twist something. Yeah, something is twisted and distorted, and I'm getting that somebody want to work so hard to try to twist and distort something. They want it to stick with this DMV sideways. Yeah, they want it to stick so bad. They won't stop. Getting somebody that's unclean inside and out. I'm getting somebody that doesn't have like a clean soul. Yeah. They want to like twist something and they want it to stick. I'm getting somebody is twisted and distorted and they lost all hope with this DMV. Yeah, they could not use somebody as a wet blanket. They could not use somebody as a moist towel in reverse. Yeah, and I'm getting that this was unexpected to them. I'm getting that this is something that they always do. They always try to like twist the narrative about something, try to make somebody lose all hope, right? And I'm getting that they always able to use somebody as a wet towel, and they wasn't able to this time. And this was unexpected and surprising. They look at this as sudden and amazing. All right, they wasn't able to cause a poison to someone, poison in reverse. Yeah. Yeah, they in debt. Whoever this is, they in extreme debt right now. Number 2. Alright, yeah, what else we got? They need to let go. Stuff your parents used to like. They need to let go. They need to really let this go. Yeah, somebody need to really, really let this go. What else we got? Final card with this. Yeah, they unclean. Dog farts. What I say? I showed you the bottom card. To somebody that's not clean, their soul is filthy. They got an unclean soul. I'm getting, they don't even believe in the Most High, the Holy Spirit. I'm getting. Yeah, I'm getting, they want things to go in the beat of their drum, okay? They don't want to be in harmony with the all. They want things to go on the beat of their drum, all right? Yeah, they don't like this. They don't like harmony of this universe, all right? They don't like for things to be in harmony here. They want things to be chaotic. They want things to be to go the way they want to go, even if it means chaos, even if it means mayhem. You get me? Which is an abomination. You get me? Yeah, that's why they going down. Side effects. Yeah, they experience side effects. Yeah, they got bad health. They experience side effects from doing this. Yeah, this could be an ex doing this. They could be working with the ex trying to do this. Yeah. I'm getting that they really, really like this ex though. Heaven. Yep. And I'm getting that they ran out of resources behind this ex. Behind doing this for the ex. They ran out of resources. They ran out of money. They ran out of time. Yeah, they could be doing this for somebody that's a CEO or boss. Somebody that's in a high seat. Yes. Yep. Trying to be like somebody. Trying to act like somebody, trying to be like someone else, picking in your nose, trying to take safe on their energy. Yeah, they was comfortable doing this, man. But the ending is coming to their world, right? With this end of the world, all right, yeah, ending is coming to this world. It's fated to happen. That somebody gonna have to step down from their seat that they in, yeah, public seat, yeah, because they was living a fast life, doing too much, going too hard here, yeah, to somebody that's very talented and skilled, yeah, and now they backed up, they losing out here. Yeah, because they build up a real tall tower off of this distortion, off of this being twisted. Yeah, wobbly up. That foundation is crumbling because that foundation was wobbly. It was not secure. It was no foundation for real. It was no real foundation solid. It was no solid foundation. Okay, they unbalanced. They wavering. They nervous. They shaky. All right, they don't have no balance in their life and within. Yeah, they experiencing the Most High's wrath. Okay, Category 5 hurricane. Alright, that pretty, they taking a hit. Alright, yeah, they being charged. Cheap motel, they gonna be charged, man. They don't let this go. Smashing into a wall, man, they gonna take a hit. They taking a hit, yeah, because Batman is here. Alright, he ready to take down the criminals, man. Yeah, because they was prying too deep into somebody's business. Alright, they was stalking, they was prying too deep, heavily into somebody's business here, man. That's what they was doing. Yes, that's exactly what they was doing. They was stalking. And that I'm getting they was invading somebody's privacy. Yeah, they was invading the privacy of somebody that's outspoken, somebody that's authentic. Yeah, they was trying to put out that firefighter. Yeah, they was doing some type of witchcraft, wizardry, doing this. Yeah, they was like a warlock. Yeah, or witch. Yeah, to somebody that was rising in their life, somebody that detached from a group of people and wanted to just go towards success on their own. The wanted to have, you know, their wish fulfillment, their heart's desires on their own. Yeah. Yeah, they were trying to do something to somebody's body, trying to stop them. They were trying to do something to somebody's body doing this. Yeah. Wow. And they cannot stand the sound of things being like the way that it is. They can't stand the sound of what they hearing, how this was unexpected and it didn't work, how they couldn't use somebody as a wet blanket, how they couldn't get somebody to lose all hope, how they won't let go though. They unclean. What you thought was gonna happen? Yeah, they got a group of people to work with them, and them people was everybody going down. Everybody gotta reap the consequences. Alright. They was on a lot of grandstanding, okay, putting on a facade, putting on the mask and fell off. Alright, clowns, yeah, like they gonna reap the consequences for their actions, okay? Yeah, they was putting on a facade. This is just more confirmation, man. Yeah, they seen right through. X-ray, yeah. People can see right through them. The veil has been pierced, okay? I'm getting the Most High has allowed this veil to be pierced completely through, okay? They're exposed, okay? For stalking, binge watching, okay? Trying to stalk somebody to death, okay? Yeah, they being charged for this. They being seen for this, yeah. These are a bunch of people with no rhythm. These people are not in harmony with the all, not in harmony with the universe. Don't have their own rhythm. They followers. Are they not leaders? Yeah, they not really going towards a purpose, fulfilling a purpose in their life. Are they really just following behind somebody else giving them orders? Yeah. Yeah, somebody's twisted and distorted and they lost all hope. Yeah, and they being sued. Self-driving cars, they gonna be sued, man. They better stop because it could be by an Amazon woman, by a strong woman. Yeah, they being sued by a strong woman. All right, yeah, I'm getting it. Their whole foundation is coming down. What goes up must come down. Yeah, yep. And they created a black hole for themselves. Yep. The state that's gonna suck in their light and their dark. Yeah, they operate out of their pain. They in pain right now. They in anxiety and worry right now because they were trying to help somebody move. They were trying to help somebody steal something still. Yeah, and then they penny pinching. Now they struggling financially. Yeah, they dipping in their savings and stuff like that. Yeah, they lost their money out of control. They lost control. Yeah, and they in bad health. All right, they took the bribe. They went for anything. They was easily wavered here. Yeah, and they knew it was not a good plan. They knew it was idiotic. But they thought it was intelligent to move forward with this and try to give birth to this plan. Okay, but all they did was complicate things in their life, and they know they did. Yeah, they opened their big mouth. Opened that big mouth, and I'm getting to. Yeah, they could have, the truth could have been spoken about this too. Yeah, glossing and shining and popping. Yeah, they wanted to be out here saucy off of doing this. Yeah. Yeah, they wanted somebody to not be liked on the internet. Yeah, internet and kitties in reverse. Yeah, they wanted somebody. They was doing crown chakra magic on somebody, trying to make them forget the truth. Yeah, but the ancestors came through and was like, nah, we gonna make sure they remember everything. Yeah, no, we got them because you fake out here. You thought your fake, everything you was putting on this facade was gonna work. That's what they saying, man. And now you gonna be left nervous out here because in fear, okay, because of this foul move that you made. Smelly. All right, so let's get it. Let's get that's the energy. Let's get the tarot. All right. Let's get the tarot, man. Alright, let's get the tarot. I like to split the deck. I don't know why. Let's get the tarot. What you got for me with this message, oh Spirit? Alright. We got somebody holding on too tight. Four of Pentacles. Yup, they holding on too tight. They won't let go. I'm getting. They're holding on too tight. Yeah, Hangman, man. But they being forced to surrender. They being forced to let go. Yes, they are. Alright, they might have been holding on too tight for Pentacles. Alright, but they being forced to see things from a new perspective. Or they was holding too tight onto this perspective, to a new perspective that they could have created. Yeah, because the first card for the Empress cards was twisted and distorted. So that's a narrative that somebody wants to create. That's a narrative that somebody wants to twist and distort and warp, okay, and pervert. Yeah, they was holding on too tight to this perspective, Hangman. To this perspective that they created, this twisted perspective. Yeah. Yup. But somebody knew already. High Priestess. Yeah, somebody knew. And they had inner strength. Yup. Somebody already knew. Wow, somebody already knew and they had inner strength. They could see right through this. Yep. 7 of Wands. Yeah, that somebody was trying to bring them competition and somebody was trying to bring them challenges. Yeah, they already knew somebody was trying to bring them challenges. That's why they had to use that strength. All right, yeah. They had to use that in the inner strength. They had to be strong, okay, for a period of time. Because somebody didn't want to let go. Somebody wanted to try to twist the narrative about them, okay? Whoever didn't want to let go, whoever twisted the narrative, yeah, they didn't want to let go of this high priestess, okay? But this high priestess was too strong, the strength for them. For this narrative that they were trying to put on about this high priestess. It was too strong. They had a lot of protection, I'm getting. Yeah, and they knew this high priestess knew that the competition was being brought to them because somebody didn't want to let go of a perspective that they was trying to pervert about them. Yeah, these challenges that they was trying to bring, this high priestess knew that already. Yeah, and they not getting no Ace of Pentacles here from what they have tried to do. Yeah, this high priestess knew that they were trying to bring them, that they were trying to bring challenges to their life. This high priestess knew that they wasn't trying to let go of this perverted perspective because they were trying to stop their new beginning. Ace of Cups. This high priestess knew that they had a new beginning coming in, and this high priestess just was like, I'm gonna be strong because I know they're trying to bring me challenges. Like, I forgive them or whatever, but I'm gonna still remain strong and defend myself. Okay, and I'm going to still just keep moving forward because I know I got a new beginning. But they were trying to stop this new beginning. They were trying to, like, cause challenges so that this high priestess wouldn't have this new beginning. Ace of Cups in reverse, yeah. I'm getting they being forced to sail the common waters, or this high priestess can now sail the common waters, or they're going to be publicly, it's going to be publicly exposed. Okay, I'm getting what they have done or tried to do. What else you got for me, Holy Spirit? A Queen of Cups, alright? They try to alright, so it could have been the Queen of Cups working with them. What else with this Queen of Cups? Alright, so I'm getting that it's a Queen of Cups, right? That's not on a journey. They not on the rites of passage. Alright, they not on a healing journey in their life. Okay? They not moving forward with doing this. This could have been a Queen of Cups doing this, and they being forced to stop and rest and recover. They being forced to take a knee and surrender. They being forced to stop. It's the Queen of Cups that was trying to that's I'm getting not on the rites of passage, right? Not on a journey in their life. They not answering that calling in life, and I'm getting it or this is what this is saying. All right, if I go with the flow of the energy. So this was so whoever was holding on too tight, right, to this twisted narrative that they were trying to create to try to make this high priestess lose all hope and lose this high priestess as a wet blanket. All right, it was unexpected to them that this high priestess was this strong, right? And once they realized and saw that they couldn't poison this high priestess because they was too strong, okay, to fit this narrative that they was trying to put on this high priestess and try to make this high priestess lose all hope and use them as a wet blanket. They figure, hey, I need to let this go, but I don't want to let it go. So let me try to create challenges so I can stop that new beginning. Yeah, because they unclean and they didn't want to let go. And I'm getting that they try to stop a new beginning for a Queen of Cups, somebody that is intuitive, somebody that is divine, somebody that has intuitive gifts. Okay, somebody that is favored and connected to their ancestors. Somebody that is receiving messages from the high seas, from the higher seas. Okay, I'm getting higher fluids is running through them. Okay, yeah, I'm getting two with the Six of Swords. Yeah, they couldn't stop a new beginning for a Queen of Cups that's patient. All right, they was patient enough to weather this storm, that these challenges that somebody was trying to bring to them. To try to stop them from going on this journey, this rites of passage journey. Six of Swords in reverse. They didn't want them to go on this healing journey, man. They didn't want them to continue on with, yeah, they didn't want them to keep going, man. They didn't want them to transition. They didn't want them to move forward. They didn't want them to be on this healing journey. They try to stop their healing journey. Yes. But they get the rest. They have to now take a knee. Okay, they gotta now take a knee. All right, they gotta now take a knee. They gotta surrender what they was trying to do to this high priestess. Yeah, they can't put on the facade no more. Yeah, Knight of Cups, they can't move in with this facade. They can't move on with this like glamour magic no more that they was doing. Yeah, and they in fear now. Nine of Swords, yeah. They in a lot of fear and anxiety and worry about this. Yes, what else? Yeah, they can't manipulate no more. They can't manifest or manipulate. They can't manipulate to manifest no more. I'm getting that stops here. Yes. We got Pisces energy out here. Okay, we got it again with the high priestess. We got three water signs. Then we got Leo with the strength. Yup. And then we got the magician. We got Gemini and we got Virgo. Yup. Can I get a final message? Can I get a final message for spirit? Yeah. This is a sacrifice card. Sacrifice. Somebody's taking losses. Somebody's taking a lot of losses here. 5 of Cups. Somebody sacrificed a lot trying to do this, man. Yup, to have an Ace of Wands. Alright, yeah, they were trying to sacrifice somebody's Ace of Wands, somebody's new beginning. Can I get another final message here? Yeah, they were trying to cause burdens. Yeah, they made a lot of sacrifices to try to cause burdens in this high priestess life. Yep, in this high priestess life. Yep, and now they being restricted. Eight of Swords. Yeah, they took a lot of losses. Now they burdened and they being restricted. Okay, literally 8 of Swords. Yep. And I'm gonna leave that there. Beautiful day.